Welcome to Making Time for Health. This tutorial is for students who are interested in learning more about Excel and the functions that will be helpful in using their stuff list. I'll be working on a Mac, which looks a little bit different than a PC, but the functions are still the same. Now in the stuff list, you'll notice you have your collect lists, both of your yes lists, projects, and next actions, and your no lists, trash, someday maybe, and reference. Now each box in Excel is also known as a cell. To highlight and add text to a cell, simply click on the cell, and you'll notice that the cell that's highlighted will have an extra border around it, and then begin typing. After you've typed something in a cell, there's actually two ways that you can exit that cell. The first way is by simply clicking on another cell. The second way is by hitting enter. And when you do that, Excel actually highlights the next cell below. Let's zoom in a little bit. When I click on a cell that has information in it already, I not only see the information here, I also see the information here in the information bar. Now say I want to add extra detail to this cell. So instead of saying go to the store, I want to say go to the store on Saturday. Well, if I click on the cell once, I can add text. So let's see what happens. Let me click another cell. Now, what Excel did was it actually overwrote the text that I wrote earlier, which isn't what I wanted it to do. So if you click on a cell once and begin typing, Excel overwrites the information that was there previously. So let's undo that. So if you want to edit a cell that has text, instead of clicking on it once, you actually need to double click it. And when you double click it, you'll notice that now the cell is active. You'll see a cursor where you can add on information. And then hit enter. And now there's the edited cell that I wanted. Go to the store on Saturday. Now that's one way to edit a cell. Let's undo that. The second way to edit a cell is to click on a cell once, and remember, when you click on a cell, you see the information here and also in the information bar. Now, if I click inside this bar, I can also edit the cell. And I hit enter to close that, and we see that the information has been updated here as well. Go to the store on Saturday, go to the store on Saturday. Now that we have information in a cell that we've collected, let's look at how we can actually move information around on your stuff list. So there are two ways to move information around. The first way is something you're probably familiar with from working with Word, and that's cut and paste. So you go to Edit, click Cut, and you know that the cell is ready to be cut when you see the border is moving. Now simply choose the cell that you want to move it to, go to Edit, and click Paste. And now you see that the information has been moved from your collect list to your next actions list. If you know keyboard shortcuts, you can use those here just as you did in Word. Now let's undo that. And we see here that it's still ready to be cut. So a quick tip to stop something from being cut is to find an empty cell and double click in it. Then click out of that. And now you see that that moving border is gone, which means that the information is not ready to be cut. So the second way for moving information is to click once on a cell to highlight it, and then hover over one of the edges of the cell. You'll notice that your pointer will actually change the way it looks. Now on Macs, it changes from a cross to a hand. This next method is the drag and drop method. And drag and drop is very simple. Click down with your mouse on the cell, and you see that the hand is now closed. And then hold down and drag to whichever cell you would like to move the information. And you see that as I drag over the different cells, a border follows. Once you've found the cell that you want to drag to, simply drop the information by letting go of your mouse. And now you see that the information has been transferred from your collect list to your next action list. And those are really the basic functions you need for working with Excel. Now, one of the things I did do was I zoomed in a little bit when we were working just with the collect list. If you want to change your view, go to View and then hit Zoom, and you can adjust how far or how close you want Excel to be. Now, for those of you just starting, I recommend that you keep the ability to see your collect lists, both of your yes lists, and all three of your no lists. As you get more comfortable with your stuff list, you'll be able to better gauge which lists you want to see and at what time.